Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Starborne Sovereign Space, episode 3 for our series here. Let's get started. We left off last time sending our ships out to do some raiding, messing with the ship screen, sending scouts out to do some scanning, and now we're going to go ahead and do some missions. I did go through and I've been queuing up buildings a little bit on my off time, which is nice, trying to burn up some resources, just keep things building and expanding. So I'm kind of working on the smelting plant down here right now, and then we'll kind of bounce back and forth. But as you can see, we do have what appears to be potentially 2 missions available and ready for us to potentially accomplish or complete. So let's go ahead and scan these areas. We'll send our ships off now to do that. Believe they'll be pretty quickly. Scout ships are the fastest ships in the game, so it should not be hopefully too much of an issue. And while we're doing that, we can see that we've almost got this ship up. He's a minute and 30 seconds out, so this episode we'll get to see what it's all about having this set up. And we can actually rush that crystal refinery and queue something else up to take its place right after it. We should probably go for the data bureau. That gives us minus 2.50% mission required total modifier, minus 2.50% fleet event required total modifier. Plus it unlocks a scanner in our home system, which we already put one there, but this will give us a permanent one. So let's go ahead and get that queued up. We'll be able to rush that as soon as this is done. Down to its 5 minutes. We do have an achievement now. Have a refinery of each type at level 4. Gives us this nice engineer here, which we'll take a look at. Now, I could claim this reward, but I think that's going to put me over, let's see, 1,200 each. Actually, it won't. Nice. So we will claim that reward. And it gave us the engineer card, so I do want to take a look at that card. Is it the same card as this one? I believe it is. Inventory. And it is. So now's a really good chance for me to show you guys something. So it's plus 30 metal, gas, and crystal production. And it is really good. But I think I've got a better idea for what we're going to do. And then I actually got, let's see, plus 2 offensive, plus 4 defensive, 20 defensive. Okay, so those are really important too. Ah, yes, our scanner is up and operational. So now we can see his system here. Plus we see there's a mission somewhere around here near him, which he's a little bit off over here, and there's a mission somewhere here. So he's returning home now. And these guys are heading out to still keep doing that, and he's 9 minutes out from doing that raid. Okay, so yeah, we've got the extra card. Let me show you now what prestige is all about. So we can actually see over here that we've got 200 prestige, and if we go into inventory, we can actually purchase cards that we don't have. We can also sell cards that we might have extras of for more prestige. So if we click on show all cards, you'll see that there's a ton of really cool cards in the game that you can get. Now, let's see what kind of card we want. So we've got this slot that's empty down here. It is a rune slot, I believe. Yes, it is. So we could take a look and see if we had a rune card that would be worth picking up and using. So let's click on show all cards. Actually, real quickly before we do that, let's sell. I do want to sell this card, so we can break it down for 10 prestige. We'll do that because it's extra. And then we will go ahead and show all cards. And we are probably only going to be able to afford the more cheaper ones. And we're looking for runes. Alright, so let's see. That one's a really good one for 6 hours plus 120. See, all of these are pretty short time-wise. So maybe none of these are really useful right now, but they probably will be. Okay, so at least we saw them. Alright, they're not really worth anything to us now. If I wanted to put one on a fleet, I could. I'm not sure if I do. We'll deliver these so we've got them. And we can give this fleet cards if we want to. We got a hard point slot plus 2 offensive firepower, 420. We'll save these though and see what the missions require before we start doing that. I would like to pick up some more of those ships. And then, ooh, we got the breakdown card for prestige, and it actually gave us another 100 prestige, which is nice. Okay, discover a mission which we're working on. Domain path basic, so construct a, let's see, achieve any of the following conditions: a communication array, hangar extension, a data bureau. We're working on the data bureau now. Or I'm sorry, we're going to be working on it in a minute. We're working on the smelting plant now, which will be for the industry basic path. That'll give us 10 industrials, okay. And we've almost got these. Wow, actually, you're 4 minutes out? You are, okay. So a little ways away still. How are we doing alliance-wise? Any of my... Okay, still only 8, so these 3 still haven't accepted. And how are we doing in terms of actual... Okay, I'm moving up a little bit. Are we still... We're still 23 out of 182 now. Which I still like to think is pretty good. You can almost rush this. We're only 8 seconds out. And we should probably, once we're done, once one of these come back, we'll probably send them out and do some more scanning. The rest of the stars are pretty far away. Anybody that would spawn in an area like this would have access to several stars, especially over in like an area like this, which we could take a look at here. Political. Now, nobody really spawned there though. Okay, this fleet's coming back, and it does have a cargo of resources, which means we're going to want to make sure we've got the space for those resources. So we probably should queue some stuff up. We're working on the data bureau now. We'll be able to pick that up in 1 minute and 30 seconds. What do we want to work on next? The docking bay, I'm not sure I'm as concerned at this point about it. Would like to get another warehouse. We are running a little low on labor, though. Scanner is locked. Okay, so we have to get this to get the scanner. Alright, I think another thing over here would be one of these. So 5% commodity breakdown bonus. Unlocks mining facility. Plus 20% star harvesting cargo space. The plasma chamber. That would be pretty useful if we plan on harvesting stars anytime soon. As soon as we see a solar flare pop off, that's something we are going to take advantage of. And that did give us the industry basic path, so we'll take that. What card did we get? I missed it. Plasma harvester, +1 plasma harvesting, okay. So gives each ship in fleet +1 plasma harvesting, is used to harvest from suns with active solar flares, only attached to industrial fleets, and hull trait, okay. So we could make an actual, we have another fleet now, it's 10 industrial ships. We won't make a fleet yet to put them in, but as soon as we pick up signs of a solar flare, we'll take advantage of that. I do have some ice around me, which is nice. This is actually a pretty good starting location. Oh, that's not ice though. But that's ice and that's ice. Okay, we've almost got these. 41 seconds and still 5 minutes on that one. Yeah, we'll just let these sit here for now so they're not wasting up manpower, but we can go back to building. Yeah, let's do this. If a solar flare pops... Oh, wow, it's an hour, though. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just don't know if I want to have it sitting like that for that long. So we've got the data bureau. If I wanted to do it again, it'd be 8 minutes. How much for the next one of these? 13 minutes. Let's start working on some station level 2 stuff, right? Oh, something I should probably keep in mind and explain, because I don't think I've explained it. Up in the top left-hand corner, you've got your influence, but what most importantly, and your resources, but most importantly, you've got your available administrators. Okay? Buildings in the center here take administrators. Buildings on the left don't. So these basic buildings over here, you can build as many as you want. Now, the reason for administrators is to make sure that you can't just max all of these out. You've got to pick and choose what paths you want to take, or if you want to take multiple paths, a little bit of everything, or what you want to do. The first time you level up, you get 6, and then I think the second time you level up, you get 6 more, and then the last time you get like 4. I could be wrong about that, when you level up to level 3. But you can basically work your way down these lists and unlock certain things, and then you just go ahead through and upgrade them. So I've already spent 2 of my administrators, one on the data bureau and one on the smelting plant. And now I've got to decide what to spend the other 4 on. I want to make sure that I definitely spend it on things that I think are worth it. But like I said, these buildings over here, you can build as many as you want to. Now this one gives us plus 20 station labor, which would be pretty good. Plus 100 to plus 35. This is going to take 41 minutes, so we will do that, but we're not going to do it yet. But this one's only going to take 2 minutes. So let's just go ahead and rush that right off the bat. 3 minutes, we'll go through. And 6 minutes, okay? And we'll pick that up. And wait for that to finish, and then I'm going to do the metal conveyor line, because I think it's an achievement to actually get those, but we do got the domain basic path now. We'll take that and discover a mission, which gives us 2 more cards. Take a look at those cards right now. So we've got the Sentient, which is a character, plus 10 offensive firepower, plus 10 defensive, plus 3. That's hard to read that orange. I wish it wasn't like that. Let's see. Plus 3 fleet speed. So we can read here. Gives each ship in fleet plus 10 offense, firepower, and defensive firepower when doing missions and events. Fleet has plus 3 speed when doing missions and events. Oh, so that'll be really good to put on a fleet designated to doing that. Blaze Exosuit, plus 20, 10, 30 metal, gas, and crystal production, and minus 15% domain building cost. So, okay. Munition Cell. Gives each ship in fleet plus 5 offensive firepower and defensive firepower when doing missions and events. Fleet counts as extra escort when doing missions or events. Okay, can only be attached to patrol ship fleets. All right. Can be attached to Corvettes, patrol ships, and scouts. So I've got Corvettes coming. I currently have a fleet with 3 of them, plus what appears to be a few more. How many do I have total? Just 1. Plus the 3 would give me. Let's cut this back down to 10. We do have it on standby, though. Let's take a look at the missions now and see what we actually got. So I guess there wasn't anyone here after all, or it just disappeared. But we did find this one. It's a moderate 2. All right. View mission. So, oops. View mission. So a distress call leads you to a large group of marauders attacking a cargo convoy. Requires 1 defensive fleet and 2 escorts. Requires a minimum of 585 combined defense firepower to complete. Wow, that's quite the minimum. We definitely are probably not going to get that. We can even take a look with our fleet here and say we queued like these fleets up and we wanted to do it with that. That would only be, well, we need 1 defensive and 2 escorts, but that would only be 38, and we need a minimum of 585, so we're a little ways from doing that. I think I said we needed 2 Requires 1 defense fleet and 2 escorts. So actually, okay, interesting. So we need to make another fleet technically. New fleet. Lieutenant Holloway. Yeah, I like that. Lieutenant Holloway. Confirm. Okay, she's going to have those 4 Corvettes. And just to see now if I hit view mission. That's 46. So yeah. Even if I bump this up to 13. That's 106. We're still not even close. The minimum is 585. Now we can put some cards on these to help, but I think no matter what we do, we're going to be a little out of our league. So we just won't worry about it until we're ready. But we will go ahead and take these off for now. And perform raid operations, which we did. So we've actually got 10 more Corvettes for doing that, plus Smuggler's Hold, plus 4 cargo space, plus 1 fleet speed, which is pretty good. And we can put that on our industrial fleet when it comes back. Looks like we did find another mission here, believe it or not. And, oh, we've got something here. Good. So we've got Survey Shuttle Crash, okay? It's not a fleet, it's mission. It's essentially called, I believe, I don't remember the name of it. Ah, fleet event. Yes, that's what it is. So we can actually, let's see, owners. View fleet event. Okay, so it's going to be active in 1 hour and 18 minutes. Click the card slot to use mercenaries to speed up the activation of this event, which I don't think we have any mercenaries. So using a mercenary card to reduce pending time will add the time reduced to the pending time of the next level 1 fleet event that spawns. The time added to the level 1. Okay. Never exceed 50 hours. So it's active in 1 hour and 18 minutes. So I guess we can't do it now. But we will be able to. Okay. And we do have the ability to scan here for another mission. Or it looks like it's turning into a Hot Zone 4 mission. All right. Once these guys come back, I can send them back out. But until then, really no point. Any other Marauder bases? We got a Marauder camp here next to this guy. Okay. And one here. Level 2 influence 96, 93. Trying to see anyone around me, see if people are expanding. I want to know, because if this person's not, then that might be somebody to attack in the future. I don't seem to have anybody really big around me. So that kind of makes me feel good. Oh, we can rush the life support. Nice. And we can even rush the metal surveyor buildings. Or the metal conveyor, I mean. Upgrade. We can rush these again too, but let me grab the achievement for it real quick. Alright, we get Wither Crux again, which is good for 3 hours. We're going to save those. Now we should be up to, yep, up to 6 minutes. We'll go ahead and queue those up. So unfortunately we didn't get a mission that we could do. And this one's a moderate level 2, but hopefully scanning will continue and we'll find something. Which would be really nice. Okay, and we knocked that one out. That gives us Purity Crux, plus 120 metal, gas, and crystal production, so that one's really good. Military Path Basics. That's the only thing I haven't done yet. Thought I did build. I did build this, but because these ones don't require administrators because you already have them. I did build this, but it didn't count, I guess. Oh, because I would have to build down here. Well, none of these are that important to me just yet, because we've all got that protective shield on us for a while. We can rush that though. All right. Sweet, looking good. So I guess we'll go ahead and cut this episode off here. Since we've pretty much gone over everything and we're out of time. Now there's a couple other things in the game that I haven't fully gone over, but we're going to kind of go through, and I'm going to keep playing the game and pushing things along, and I'll be recording another episode here shortly, and hopefully I'll be able to show you guys the missions and how those all work, and just show you where things are progressing. So the way that this series is kind of going to work, now that I've gone over a lot of the basics, so if anybody wants to play the game, they can too, is basically these episodes will come out somewhat sporadically. There's going to be really no good set schedule. I'll pretty much be playing the game myself, not recording here and there to keep things moving along, and then every few days or so, I'll jump in and do a recording and show you guys where things are at, how things are advancing with the Alliance and what the galaxy looks like, with the different political factions and everything. And that'll be sort of how we handle it all. Later on, we'll see if we can do pretty well. I'll be able to tab through the Alliance thing here and show you how we're ranked and everything, but another thing to mention is, again, if we have any empty slots by the time this video comes out, you can see that we're at 9 out of 20 with a few more people we're waiting for to accept the invitation, but we've got room for a few more people. So anybody who's watching this, if you've still got room, down below in the description, click on the link to the Discord channel, head on over to the Discord channel, and let me know. If we're full, then I'll just politely tell you that unfortunately we don't have any more room, but if we're not full, then you'll be free to jump in and play along. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.